Next chaupai. आपन तेज सहारो आपे, तीनों लोक हाँकते कांपे. You alone can withstand your magnificence. All the three worlds tremble at your roar. When Hanumanji was still very little and mischievous, he was cursed by the Rishi, and so he forgot his tremendous powers. This has been covered earlier also, when Jambavant reminds him of his power. When he is reminded of his power, Hanumanji remembers his strength. So awesome is the radiant power of Sri Hanuman that when Bhima was shown this form, Bhima closed his eyes, unable to bear it. When Sri Hanumanji's mighty roar is heard, all the three worlds, heaven, earth and the lower world, tremble in fear. Tulsidas ji writes that Hanuman's life is in motion. That is why he is fast and no one can stop his speed. The inner meaning is that human beings should set their own pace, their own shelter. Man should decide his own strength. You must decide your path. The one who has never thought about this in life has not seen whether he is a man. Man should think. The life of those who do not think is meaningless. There should be speed in human life, pace in human life. When we speak of a river, the river is considered sacred because the river flows. The river does not care about its end. Will the one who does selfless deeds not get the fruits? Even if he doesn't think about the fruits and just flows, just acts. Where is darkness in the court of God? One will definitely get fruit. Purity comes in those who do selfless deeds. The river keeps on flowing. The river only knows, I have to keep flowing. I have to reach the ocean. She supplies water to trees, plants, shelters, water to the land and flowers, pacifies the thirst of thousands of people living on this shore. She flows. She says, let me do my work. If you don't want to take whatever you want, then don't take it. I have to do my work. The river that speaks like this is holy. Even if the villages accumulate and throw so much dirt that they cannot drink the water of the river, yet it is pure. Because it flows. The river is pure because of its flow or its velocity. Tulsidas ji writes that like a river, Hanuman ji's life is pure and holy because his life is in motion. If we also want to purify our life, then we have to be flowing in our life. Life needs to be moving. Life needs to be dynamic. If the same things come up again and again in life, how can we taste it? There is no joy in that. Life should be dynamic, like the running river. Everyone should consider, how is my life? One whose life is not dynamic, he cannot understand life. Then how he can understand God? In order to understand life, there should be preparation of the intellect and mind. Then only the self illumines in it. This light is not obtained by asking anyone or by the grace of anyone. It is in order to achieve that, man himself must take up spiritual sadhana. The second meaning of velocity is power. Recognizing man's own potential, one should keep trying and keep utilizing one's energy, one's power in spiritual sadhana. Man should know his ability. Those who do not understand their own ability, their own power, their own strengths, it's difficult for them to have the knowledge in life. Whether I have the ability or not, if I have, whether ability is mental, physical, or intellectual. The same mind I had in childhood, the same mind I have now. But if the mind continues to be as ignorant as it was in the childhood, then spiritual sadhana may not be of much use. Mind has to be changed by the power of meditation. If we have not changed our attitude, then only we are to be blamed. If I have gathered that I have power, is it my own strength? Many people have power, but whose power it is they do not understand till the end. When a man becomes introvert, withdraws himself inward and thinks what is my own in this world. He gets into deep silence. Many people are knowledgeable, but they do not try to understand what is the use of this knowledge and what is the true knowledge. The third interpretation or meaning of velocity is location. Where is my place? In the Gita, the first place is not to the doer, but to the Adhisthana. There is no psychology like the Gita in the world. If you have duty and you do not get the Adhisthana, then you have knowledge of commerce. But what if you cannot find a location, a proper place in the market? Therefore, establishing oneself is the main thing. How many people are so supernatural that whenever they sit, wherever they sit, that place gets priority. They do not get importance because of the place, but because of them, the place where they sit gets importance. Such people are rare. The fourth is the way. Man should decide his own path. Is our path fixed today? The way to die is certain. Which is my way of life? Man should decide his way. There is Bhoga Marga, there is Bhava Marga, and there is Bhakti Marga. Which of them is my path? I have to decide. Tulsidas ji writes, while describing the bravery of Hanuman ji, how is this bravery? Teeno lok hankte kampe means his fame is so pervasive in all the three worlds. Hanuman ji is brave and brilliant. So how can a person who worships him can afford to be weak? Not possible. A true bhakta can never be weak. भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे. Oh Mahavir, no ghosts or evil spirits come near the one who remember your name. Just remembering your name does everything. The name Mahavir was used in the third Chopai as one of the many names of Sri Hanuman. Hope you remember. But here Goswami Tulsidas ji repeats the name to show its glory by stating that on hearing that very name, evil spirits and demons fly away. Hanuman's chanting the name of Sri Hanuman transfers the same power of Hanuman, the same courage of Hanuman to his devotee. Ghosts and demons do not come near such a person. What are ghosts after all? It is believed that if a person suffers an untimely death due to murder or suicide, etc., his spirit haunts that place. Normally, after death, the soul takes up another body. But if for some reason it does not happen immediately, then the spirit stays around for a while, and that spirit is called ghosts. Chanting Hanuman's name will keep all such ghosts and evil spirits away from us. Pishachas are flesh-eating demons that feed on human energies. Sometimes they possess human beings and alter their thoughts, and the victims are afflicted with a variety of maladies, physical and mental. Hanumanji terrifies all these evil spirits and demons, bhoot and pishachas. So potent is his name that its mere repetition wards off these negative forces and drives them away, even if they are possessing a particular person. More about Mahabir. One who conquers external enemies is called a Veer, and the one who overcomes external and internal enemies, not conquering, overcoming external and internal enemies is called Mahavir. Hanumanji had won the external enemies like Indrajit, but he had conquered the demons like Kama, Krodha, Modha, all the 6 vices. That is why he is Mahabir. And remembering such Mahabir Hanumanji, the ghost, the vampire, etc. do not come near. The meaning of Tulsidas perhaps is that when a man feels alone, then he is afraid. For example, a person has to go to another village during the night. He must go on foot. It is midnight, and there is a cremation ground on the way. He is afraid to go. In this, another man sees another man who is going towards the same village, and he gets the company of that person. As soon as the person meets another person, his fear melts away. Now the thing to think about here is that if a ghost comes, what will this lame man do? Yet the fear goes away as soon as his thought comes to his mind, there is someone with me. Similarly, if we believe that God is with us, then we become fearless. The mind has to be made fearless. Who can be fearless? He who is protected can be fearless. God is with me, and He is capable. He is capable, who believes that God is with him and firmly believes that when God is with me, I can never be afraid. Oh God, after becoming yours, my inability is gone. Till now, I felt that I am gripped with fear and that I am incapable. A cobbler's girl is loved by the king marries. She becomes the queen. From that time, even the chief of the ministers has to salute her. Then she doesn't have to fear the minister or anyone. In the same way, as soon as God is approached and God is befriended and God is experienced, all the Shanis, the Rahus, Ketus, etc., ghosts, all will start saluting such a bhakta. That is why it is the request of Goswami Tulsidas Ji that we should take shelter of God. Only then we can become fearless. After having a firm understanding of God, after accepting His refuge, a bhakta becomes fearless. Imagine in silence. He told once, keep Swami as your companion. Hold Swami's hand always. Feel physically you are holding Swami's hand. Just imagine if you are holding Swami's hand, can any fear, even the fear of death, abhinivesha, any fear of any change, can it affect us? If we are holding, nay, not we, if we hold, we may lose our grip. If we give our hand to Swami Bhakta Vaksala Paramadayala and Swami holds our hand, then just imagine a day passes like that. On that day, Bhoot or Pishach or any fear, can they ever touch us? Just feel from the bottom of your heart. There is a shloka in Marathi language which translates thus: you may not recite scriptures, you may not read Vedas, you may not perform pilgrimage, you may not practice yoga, you may not fast, chant, do any penance, but by mere remembrance of which, that is mere remembrance of God, even the impure themselves become pure. What is that remembrance of name? The remembrance of Shiva. Do not leave once you have caught Shiva's feet or Shiva's hand. There is no need to do anything. On understanding the touch of God, the proximity to God, befriending God, O Sai Mere Prana Sakha Bhagavan, all sins are eliminated and a person becomes fearless. As long as man is alien, he is afraid. Therefore, do not stay in the world as an alien. The devotee never remains as an alien. That is why he has neither fear nor any complaint. The writers of the scriptures say at the end, the living being has the fear of death, the fear of the next world. Man is afraid what will happen to me after death. Due to this fear, he starts thinking about death every day, every moment. Rather, think instead of thinking, fearing the death, become the servant of God. I am the servant of God. Evolve to say, I am the friend of God. Further evolve to say, I am an element of God. Ultimately realize that you and God are one. Tvamevaham. You are rendered fearless. Because once you have merged in Lord and existing as God or existing as Atman, there is no death for that pure existence. Neither born, therefore no death. Ajay and Amar. Bhagavad Gita says, death means only change of cloth. No one has given such a simple idea of death. The courage to move the fear of death is in Srimad Bhagavatam, in the speech of Shukdev Ji Maharaj, in the Indian culture, in the Vedic literature. Death means to go on laughing. Narada says in the Narada Bhakti Sutra, Satu Parama Prema Rupa Amrita Swarupa Cha, means there should be love in the foundation of devotion. There should be total love. And when one is filled with the love for God, Parama Prema Rupa, then what you become? Amrita Swarupa. Then your fear is gone. Amrityo. You transcend death. You transcend the fear of death. Keep Swami with you. Always, always. It acts in two ways. One is, of course, it has been dealt elaborately that you will have no fear. That is one part of it. The second part of it, when you have Swami's presence with you, near you, above you, below you, to the right, to the left, everywhere, you are feeling Swami's presence. Then imagine how your thought patterns would be, how your mind would function. Would there be any impurity in the presence of Sai? So, your thoughts, your actions and your karmas due to your actions, they are all rendered so sattvic that not only now all the possibilities of all the fear in all the future is gone. Prana Sakha Bhagavan. तुम हो अनाथ नाथ भगवान, तुम हो अनाथ नाथ भगवान, ओ साईं मेरे प्राण सखा भगवान. प्राण सखा, प्राण सखा. Prana is the subtlest element. When prana goes, your life goes, and he is with you like your prana ever and ever. O Sai, mere prana sakha Bhagavan. What to talk about Bhoot or Pishacha? All the fears of all the worlds are gone when you have made Sai or God as your true friend. जय बोलो हनुमान की जय. जय श्री राम. जय साई राम.